Hello, welcome back to another channel. And in today's video, I will be reading one of my stories. Two of my favourite shows, things to watch on Netflix, are the series Stranger Things and the Netflix movie trilogy Fear Street. One thing that looks possible for Netflix to do is a crossover between both Stranger Things and Fear Street, because the director of the Fear Street trilogy, Lee Janiak, is married to the co-creator of Stranger Things, Ross Duffer, and has expressed her interest in doing a crossover between Fear Street and Stranger Things. So I thought I would get ahead of the game, and that is why I wrote my own Fear Street and Stranger Things crossover back in 2021. But before we get on with the story, first up, the cast. Stranger Things and Fear Street, the biggest Netflix crossover of 2021. Cast: Fear Street, Kiana Madeira as Dina Johnson, Olivia Scott Welch as Sam Fraser, Julia Weaver as Kate Schmidt, Benji Flores as Josh Johnson, Fred Heshinger as Simon Kelly Rhoda, Gillian Jacobs as Ziggy Berman, Daryl Britt Gibson as Martin P. Franklin, David W. Thompson as Ryan Torres, Emily Brobst as Billy Barker, McCabe Sly as Tommy Slater, John Di Natale as Ruby Lane, Kilo Lee Zepanik as Isaac Milton, Kevin Waterman as Harry Rooker, Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown as Eleven, Finn Wolfhard as Mike Wheeler, Caleb McLaughlin as Lucas Sinclair, Gay Malorazzo as Dustin Henderson, Noah Schnapp as Will Byers, Sadie Sink as Max Mayfield, Charlie Heaton as Jonathan Byers, Natalia Dyer as Nancy Wheeler, David Harbour as Chief Jim Hopper, Winona Ryder as Joyce Byers, Joe Keery as Steve Harrington, Maya Hawke as Robin, Priya Ferguson as Erica Sinclair. Plot. Now on with this. Next up, the plot. The Shayside curse has ended, but the entire world is in trouble because the Mind Flayer has reawoken and has activated a new set of killers dubbed the Sunnyvale Murderers. So Ziggy, Dina, Josh, Sam and Martin need help from the Stranger Things gang, the past Shayside killers, back to their normal selves, and they're returning from the dead Kate and Simon. The group have to go on a quest to bring back, to be able to save the world from the Mind Flayer. A new Demogorgon, an army of Demodogs, the Sunnyvale Devil, Bog the Brute, the Sunnyvale Jessica Payne, Zombie Peter, the Gutter and the Sunnyvale Werewolf. Now on with the story. In Shayside, life is better than ever, with the castle over and the noisy neighbours of Sunnyvale in peril after Nick Good was killed. Shayside can live in peace, but over in Hawkins, Will, Eleven, Jonathan and Joyce have left town, so Mike and the rest of the gang have to live without them. Though what they didn't know is that back in the Starcourt Mall, the Mind Flayer monster rewoke somehow, and because of this, he ended up creating a bunch of murderous killers from Sunnyvale in the Fear Street universe, and this spelled both trouble for both Hawkins and Shayside. Back in Shayside, after Dina and Sam pick up Josh from school, all of them get a call from Ziggy and she says, "Dina, Sam, Josh, pick up Martin and come to my house right now. I have some important news." Dina, Sam, Josh and Martin headed to Ziggy's house, and when they got there, Ziggy explained to them, "So what I am about to say is not good for Shayside or Sunnyvale, because this creature from a different world called the Mind Flayer reawoke and activated 6 new murderers." "How is that even possible?" "We ended the curse after killing Nick Good," Dina said. "Dina, these killers aren't from Shayside because they are being dubbed the Sunnyvale Killers," replied Ziggy. "That makes more sense, but how are we going to stop them?" asked Dina. "Dina, that is a good question. We will try to get help from a group in the world where the Mind Flayer is located, because this group of people have faced this kind of thing before, and they can really help us," explained Ziggy. "What are their names, and is that all?" wondered Dina. "Well, their names are Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, 11, Max, Steve, Nancy, Jonathan, Hopper, Joyce, Robin, Erica and Murray." "And Dina, there are going to be some more," replied Ziggy. "Who are those going to be?" "Well, after the curse ended, I went back to the cave to see if the book was still there, and it was, but also there was some sort of plant standing next to I tried to touch it, but when I did, it somehow disappeared along with the book. And after this happened, 6 things started forming into these 6 people. I didn't think of it at first, but after one finished forming, I recognised the clothes it was wearing, and when it turned around, I noticed who it was. And then the others finished forming, and I noticed who all them were. Ziggy, who were they? Why don't you see for yourself? Because they are here right now. First up, we have is someone formerly known as the Milkman, Harry Rooker. Next we have is someone formerly known as the Grifter, Isaac Milton. Thirdly, we have is someone formerly known as Skullmask, Ryan Torres. Now we have is someone formerly known as the Camp Nightwing Killer, Tommy Slater. Fifth we have is Ruby Lane, and finally we have Billy Barker. All the Shadyside Killers in human form. We'll also need help from 2 other people, but to get them we need to go on a quest, because they might be dead. Oh, but Dina, Josh and Sam, you will recognise them because they were your friends. So you can't be saying that we are going on a quest to bring Kate and Simon back to life. Actually, we are going on a quest to bring Kate and Simon back to life. Ziggy, that is a crazy idea. In what way, Dina? In how are we going to bring Kate and Simon back to life when they clearly died at the grocery store? That is where some sort of the others come in. Why? They have found a way to travel back in time, and we will use that to travel back into the night when they died and save them at the exact point they were killed. Good logic, Ziggy, but big question. Which of the others will help? Well, Dina, the others that will help us are Max, Dustin and Steve. When will they be here? Dina, we have to go to their world to be able to travel back in time to save Kate and Simon from their deaths at the grocery store. Ziggy, can you please reveal who is who? Well, Dina, the one on the left is Dustin, in the middle is Max, and on the right is Steve. Wait, you 3 have actually faced something like this before, and won? Yeah, Max twice, me and Steve 3 times. But this time is different because we need help on how we will help you. So what's the plan? You 3, me, Dina, Josh and Sam will go back in time to save Kate and Simon from their deaths, while Martin holds down the fort with the help from your friends. And what they are going to do is face off against all the Sunnyvale killers, and as soon as we bring Kate and Simon back to life, we will help them, and hopefully we will defeat all the killers. The Mind Flayer and maybe more sounds. Good, guys? Yes, it does, Ziggy, so let's do it and save the world. Both Shayside and Hawkins, and also Sunnyvale. Yeah, Sunnyvale, why not? The group arrived in the past, outside the grocery store, where Kate and Simon were killed, and inside the store, the past versions of Josh and post-death Kate and Simon were helping Dina while she was trying to drown Sam. When Dina, Josh, Ziggy, Steve, Max, Dustin and Sam entered the store, all the carnage from the showdown at the end of the first film was present, and Dina, Josh, Sam remembered back to the fight, and Josh said, Steve, Max, Dustin and Ziggy, go and save Simon while me, Dina and Sam save Kate. Let's save them because they deserve it. But before they could split up and save Kate and Simon, Ziggy's phone rang, and when she answered, she said, Martin, what are you calling us for? I am calling you to say that, can you save Kate and Simon as fast as possible? Because if not, we could all be in trouble. Why, Martin? Because it's not just the Sunnyvale killers we are facing. What do you mean, Martin? Well, we are facing the Sunnyvale killers, a bunch of ugly-looking dogs and this ugly-looking plant thing, but also a form of the Mind Flayer. Okay, Martin, now I understand. But one more thing, who are the Sunnyvale killers called? Ziggy, you'll find out later, but please tell Sam not to freak out when she finds out who one of the killers is. Sure, I will, bye. Bye now. Bye. Now go save Kate and Simon and come back as soon as possible. What did Martin want? Ziggy, want to just want to say we are not just facing off against the Sunnyvale killers, because we are also facing off against a form of the Mind Flayer, a bunch of ugly-looking dogs, and an ugly-looking plant thing. Any info about those last two foes, Dustin? Yeah, the ugly-looking dogs are called Demodogs, and they are the offspring of the ugly-looking plant thingy named the Demogorgon. What was the other thing Martin told you, Ziggy? Oh yeah, he said that Sam needs to look out for one of the killers who may be similar to someone else who I think Sam might know. Any guesses on what that is? Sam? It could possibly be something to do with Peter. Sam, why do you think that? I know you dated him after you left JSI for Sunnyvale, and when I broke off. But why, and when I broke off our relationship, but why do you think it could possibly be him when he died at the hospital? Dina, it could be a zombie version of Peter. Yeah, that does make sense. Thanks, Josh. No problem, sis, but now we really need to split up and save Kate and Simon. So, like I said, Steve, Max, and Dustin and Ziggy go and save Simon, while me, Dina, and Sam go and save Kate. After we've saved them, meet up outside the grocery store. Let's go. Pre-death Kate was in a tangle with Skullmask, who had come up behind her, and he just stabbed her in the gut. And then he turned on the bread slicer. But before he could shove Kate's head through it, someone said, Hey Bratface, it's me, Sam. Future Sam threw a knife at Skullmask and it hit him straight in the head, putting him down temporarily. That was when Kate said, Sam, how are you here? You're being drowned. Dina, so we can end the curse. I'll catch you up to the situation you're dealing with. Just get away from Skullmask as quick as possible. Kate got away from Skullmask quickly, and just as she had, Skullmask got back up and then disappeared, turning to dust. Like in the end of Infinity War. Brackets to snap. At the other end of the grocery store, Simon was running away from Ruby Lane, and when he saw Josh, Simon told him to run as fast as he could, but Simon and Josh just freeze because they sensed no danger, and because of this, Camp Nightwing was about to throw his axe to Simon's head when an axe planted firmly into his own skull, courtesy of Steve, who brought one with him back in time, just in case he needed to use it. With Kate and Simon saved from their deaths, Dina, Josh, Sam, Ziggy, Steve, Martin, Max, Dustin, Kate, Simon, 1994 Dina, 1994 Josh, and 1994 Sam meet outside the grocery store, where Kate says, So guys, can you please explain to me, Simon and Ardina, Josh and Sam, why there are multiple versions of the three of Dina, Josh and Sam, and who the other people are, because I have never ever seen them before in my whole entire life. Yes, Kate. So we're from the future, and those three people you are referring to are called Steve, Max, and Dustin. They are from another place in another universe, a town called Hawkins, in the American state of Indiana. You're now caught up, but we have to leave. Everyone who went back in time arrived at the present day, and Ziggy then got out her phone and rang Martin. She then said, Martin, it's me, Ziggy. What is your status on the battle? We're doing well, Ziggy, but we still need your help. And did you save Kit and Simon from their deaths, Ziggy? Yes, Martin, so we will be right back there as soon as possible. Ziggy and co all joined in with the battle against the Mind Flayer and his army. The fight was pretty intense, but the Stranger Things gang and the Fish Street gang still needed help, especially Josh, who was up against all of the Sunnyvale killers, annoyingly. But that was when a weapon came out of nowhere, killing every killer apart from both Zombie Peter and the Sunnyvale werewolf. And the person who threw the weapon said, Well, that was a clean swipe, wasn't it, Simon? Indeed it was, badass Kate Schmidt. Kate and Simon had arrived on the scene with a whole bunch of other people to help with the battle, and they were Ryan Torres, Billy Barker, Tommy Slater, Ruby Lane, Isaac Milton, Harry Rooker, Isaac Milton and Harry Rooker. Don't mind the Patrick. When I wrote this story, I had in this character list, I had the characters in season 4 of Stranger Things, from season 4 of Stranger Things: Patrick, Vicky, Miss Kelly, Chrissy, Victor Krill, Dimitri, Jason Carver, Peter Ballard, Argyle, Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan, Yuri, Eddie Munson, Dr. Sam Owens, and then Dr. Sam Owens and Dr. Sam Brenner from Stranger Things season 4. However, I had written this story even before Stranger Things season 4 even came out, so I had them in where they didn't play big parts. So actually, I was about to say Patrick. Patrick's the name, who's the character in season 4 of Stranger Things. Just ignore that I said his name. Let's continue. Group disperse. Me and Simon have something to do before we join in with the battle. The mighty two have returned from the dead, and I can't be happier. So, how did you two get here with this new gang? Well, Josh, we both woke up in the grocery store, but it was quiet, so we had a look around, saw no one, and I looked up at my phone, and when I did, I saw a message from Ziggy saying she needed help, and now we both know why she needed that help. Just lost it. Oh shit. I've just lost my spot. We both know that why she needed that help. So what did we miss, Josh? Well, when you and Simon were both killed, Dina successfully drowned Sam. After this, we received her, and after the curse was ended, me, Dina, and Sam headed home. But later that night, Sam was possessed by Seraphim and stabbed Dina. We then took Sam to the first place we could think of, and that was the home of C. Berman, who called Dina earlier before Dina was stabbed by possessed Sam that same night. C. Berman told us about the Camp Nightwing massacre, and at the start of the story we thought C. Berman was Cindy, but it ended up being Ziggy, Cindy's sister, who survived that night. After this, Dina was transported back to 1666, where the curse began. This is where we found out the truth about the curse, and that was that Seraphim was an innocent soul. So that means that the curse was started by someone else. And who was that, Josh? Who was that, Josh? Who was that, Josh? Solomon Good. Just, why does that second name sound familiar? It was on the news after the massacre at the mall, being filmed by a reporter. What's his name, Nick? Well, Solomon Good is Nick Good's pilgrim ancestor. So Nick Good is not good, as we thought, right? Yes, indeed, Kate. Enough of this long chat, guys. It's great to have you two back, but we need to help everyone else finish this battle. So let's go and save the world and Shayside again. The rest of the battle was long and competitive, but in the end, good triumphed over evil, and that was that. After the battle, Dina said, "The two friends I have missed because of their deaths are back in action and have helped in the battle once again. So what do they do? What do they say to me now? What do they say to me? How?" I say we both are happy that we're back and seeing you again, so let's hug. Kate and Simon both hugged Dina, and then Sam came over and Kate and Simon hugged her as well. Steve said, "So we are done here, and that means you can all go home." Shayside and Hawkins are saved once again. The Fish Street Gang headed back to Shayside, and when they got there, Dina said, "So what do you guys want to do now? But Shayside safe once again. I think we should just hang out and try to have a really fun time together. What do you think about that, Dina?" "That is definitely a good idea, Kate, especially with you and Simon back from your deaths. Shayside is safe from danger once again, and Dina and co could not be happier. But for now, that is the end." Thank you for watching. I think that was my story. That was my Stranger Things and Fish Street. That was my Stranger Things and Fish Street crossover, the biggest crossover, Netflix crossover of 2021. Thank you for watching today's video on my channel. This is my first video in a set of videos that I have called My Farewell to Gordon's videos. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to catch up with My Farewell to Gordon's videos. But until next time, I've been Jonah OBrien. Peace.